Unit 2, Tables, Topic A, Field Control and Object Names. I have opened the Northwind sample database and we are looking at table objects at the moment, and I have a particular table open in front of me called Customers, and from here we will be exploring the concept of fields and field controls. So first of all, let's have a look at what this table consists of. A typical table in Access looks a little bit like a spreadsheet, but do not be confused. Tables and spreadsheets are in the most important aspects very different from each other. A table typically contains data that is related to a particular topic, and the topic is usually identified in the name of the table. In this instance, we're looking at the customers table, and we'll see that all of the information in here is about the topic customers. The second important aspect of tables is to learn that they consist of what are called records and fields. Now I'm clicking on the different fields in this table, and the fields in this table view is represented by the columns. So we have a column called ID, a column called company, last name, first name, and so forth, and these are called the fields in the table. Running across are the different records, and the record is the collection of the different data entities for a specific entity in a table. So running across, you would see record ID 4, and it contains values for company, last name, first name, job title, phone number, and so forth. So running horizontally are the different records, which is a single entity for all the different fields that belongs to a particular concept within the database. In this instance, because this is about customers, we can see that this record here is all the information about a certain Martin O'Donnell, including things like what is his job title, what is his business phone, where does he live, and a lot of other information that's relevant to a particular person in this instance, which is Martin O'Donnell. So records capture all the data entities across the different fields that relate to a particular entity in the table. So here is a Sven Mortensen, and the record in this customer table contains everything that we need to know about Sven Mortensen. If we look at the fields, we don't really see a lot of useful information. We see that there are different companies, but that doesn't really make sense. But the company, the last name, the first name, and all the other fields are necessary because they make up the data entities that are collected into useful entities like records. The other way of looking at the different records and fields in a table would be to access the Home ribbon, and on the very left hand side to change the view from a datasheet view, which is what we are currently looking at, into a design view. And once we do that, we see that the table consists now not of the data itself, but of the structures that make up the table. Here we have the design of the table, which is the field names, and we'll look at that a little bit later. So understand first of all that we can view the data sheet, or the table rather, as a data sheet where we can look at the different fields as they represent themselves on screen together with the data that they contain, or by switching view into a design view, we can actually look at the different fields in a design view, which shows us exactly what the field is and how it is made up, what is the data type, the description, and a whole lot of other important information about the field. More about that later then. End of topic A.